Hey, thanks for downloading another episode of Considering the Source. It's me, Scott Roark, your host, and let me just tell you how excited I am about the interview you're about to hear. The story behind it is this. I was in Champaign, Illinois, doing a week of work, and one evening I'm leaving the hotel and I'm about to go get something to eat, and instead of taking a right, I take a left. And that decision right there was really what's behind this interview. I ended up going to this park that I had driven by a couple times because it was really, really pretty, great landscape and waterfalls, and I thought I need to go over there and take some pictures. And as I did, now as I was snapping some shots, there's a young girl sitting down here at a table and chairs, and I saw her and I'm thinking to myself, is this the moment? Is this the time where I'm going to interview a complete stranger? And as I walked by her, I thought to myself, all right, sit down and kind of make yourself available. So I sat down and took a few more pictures, and that's when she just started the conversation. Said, hey, were you taking some pictures? And I said, yeah, I am. I'm not from here. I'm just don't know if I'll ever be back here again. What about you? She started telling me about herself. She started talking about how boring Champaign was. And so I'm like, well, where are you from? Chicago. Oh, yeah? And man, she just took the veil away. She just started really opening up and telling me some amazing stories. And I'm like, all right. And so there's that nervous moment when I said, listen, I would love to talk to you more. Would it be okay if I tape you? And so she was like, well, what do you mean? What's it for? And I really had to kind of talk her through it and let her understand, hey, no, it's perfectly fine. I'm not going to use your last name. No one's going to know who you are. You can say whatever you want. And so she said, sure. And so I was using my iPhone, so I started recording it. Now listen, she uses strong language, all right? And this was recorded outside, so you're going to hear cars go by, you're going to hear horns. It's just a very natural environment that you're hearing without any real filters. So please enjoy this, because let me tell you something. This is probably the interview I'm most excited about, because this is the kind of interview that I think is the most real. This girl didn't know I was going to interview her. She didn't have time, in her mind to go over her story and think about what she was going to say and what she wasn't going to say. I have not really edited anything out of here. There's no section of her story that I cut out. She was an open book and answered every question I had, and it was really just amazing. So I hope you guys enjoy this. This is my conversation with Mia. So how old are you?
30.
And you don't live here?
No.
You live in?
Chicago, Illinois.
Have you lived in Chicago your whole life?
Yeah.
I'm going to just hold this up here just so because there's a lot of noise, I want to make sure it picks you up. So, you have a son.
Yeah.
And he's how old?
12. He's finna have another one. Now, I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, but I'm finna have another baby.
When are you going to find out?
In September.
What do you hope?
this month. I hope it's a boy.
You hope it's a boy?
Yeah.
Are you surprised to hear yourself say that?
No, I say that all the time.
Why do you want... Let me ask you this. Why would you not want a girl?
Because I don't want a girl, because girls are... I don't know, just hard to... I just know me as a woman and how I was. I wouldn't know how to raise a girl.
Yeah. How did your mother raise you? Or did your father raise you?
My mom and my dad is drug addicts, so I practically raised myself, and I had got into a relationship with a man at a young age, thinking that, I'm finding love somewhere else because I wasn't getting love at home, and it really messed up my life in the way that he treated me. I wouldn't want to bring a daughter in this world and get treated, or, a man's putting their hands on her or anything like that, because I think I would spend my life in jail. My son too, but I would be more overprotective of my girl than I would of my son.
Because you feel like the son could probably take care of himself better than the girl could.
Yeah.
Did your father put his hands on your mother?
No, my mother and my father, they were separated. So I go to my father's house in summers, or sometimes my mom. They just switched up with me. So my dad lived in Wisconsin, my mom stayed in Chicago.
Do you still see them?
Yeah.
How's your relationship with them?
It's still the same, good.
Are they still addicts?
Yeah. Yeah, my dad's slow. Well, my dad's not slowing down because he's finna get on. He got liver
disease?
Not liver, kidney, so he's finna get on dialysis because he wants to stop drinking. My mom is a heroin addict. She just won't stop doing it.
Are they functioning addicts? Like, do they have jobs?
Yeah, both of my mom have 2 jobs. My dad works. They functioning addicts. It just when I was raised, they wasn't functional addicts. You know, they'd leave us in the house for days and, you know, go adventure off to find their drugs that they need, you know, couldn't go without it. So when I was little, I had a rough childhood.
Like what?
Everything. Got molested by my uncle. My mom wasn't around. She didn't believe me.
You told her she did not believe you.
Yeah, she left me in the house for days. Left me and my brothers and sisters for days. I had to look out for my sisters, my little sister and my brother. My oldest brother started selling drugs to feed us and take care of us. And my mom wasn't doing her part. So it was rough growing up. So now I'm just trying to make my life better and don't let my son know, it's more ways to cope in the world besides being in the streets. Get a job, take care of yourself. Don't put your hands on no women and stuff like that. So
how is he?
He want to follow his dad, but I'm trying to break that.
You see your son how often?
I see my son every day.
Every day. But this week, or as long as you're down here.
Yeah, he with his dad. But his dad he ain't actually with his dad, but he with his dad mom. So.
All right, so you said, before I start recording, you said your husband was in... Sorry.
I don't got no husband.
I caught myself. I'm not going to presume anything. You said that your son's father was in jail for...
12 years. He got indicted for selling drugs.
Was he actually selling drugs?
Yeah, he still does.
And still does?
Yeah.
Is he an addict as well?
No.
So he just sells?
No, he ain't an addict, but he do a fucked up drug, PCP. So.
Really?
Smoke weed, do PCP. I mean, everybody, I don't know if, it's not everybody do drugs. I mean, I did my share of drugs too, but not no rough drugs. So now I'm just down here visiting, just trying to get away from that for a minute, then go back up to Chicago next week, visiting my other baby daddy, a drug addict too. So my life just won't get no better than that unless I find somebody that's right. But I will. God got my back.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how did you get through those early days?
Praying every night. Going to church with my grandma. Praying every night. I still pray every night. Believe in God. And he showed me a lot of ways, opened up a lot of doors. So I'm strong. So I'm maintaining.
You're how old?
30. 30 years old.
And why are you so opposed to finding a good husband? Or you're not opposed to a good husband, you're just not going to take any husband?
No.
Is that right?
I really don't even want to be married.
You really don't, because?
It's not worth it. Everybody cheats. It's not worth it. Really not.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Just right now, I just want to just focus on my kids and their well-being. If a man come along, he'll come along. Not, it's not.
Well, you mentioned this guy in this building over here, and he's an addict.
He gets on my fucking nerves.
How did you meet him?
He came, I don't know how, he came to Chicago. He started working at Plastic Pack, and we met, and then I came down here. He stay here now. And I came down here, I was catching a train back to Chicago, and he was like, well, let's kick it sometime. And one thing led to another. And I just started messing with him in March. So found out I was pregnant in June.
And you're not using any protection or anything.
No. It was too late.
Was he an addict at the time?
No, he wasn't an addict at the time. When I met him, he wasn't doing no drugs. I don't know what happened.
Do you think he was hiding it?
Maybe he was, and I didn't see. Everybody keeps saying that. He probably was hiding it, but I didn't see, no signs of him being an addict or nothing like that,
Is he functioning? Or he's lost his job and...
He gets Social Security every month. I don't know what for. I mean, I do know what for, but bipolar. I don't know. I don't know if he's making it up or not. I don't know. But he gets a check every month, and that's how he maintains.
Is that what he's using to... I mean, so he's in an apartment in that building right there.
He got his own apartment.
And that Social Security will pay for that apartment?
His rent only $140.
What? In that building?
In that building.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm dead serious.
But that looks like a very nice building.
1 bedroom, $140. I wish I could get a 140 bedroom.
Well, you're in Chicago. You
Right.
can't get 1 square foot for $140. So,
unless I live in the box for
right.
$140.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So his Social Security is paying for that, paying for his
light bill don't be nothing but $50. Less than
and
that.
what is he eating?
He get food stamps. They give him $90
a month.
So he living good for free. The government helping him live.
Does that pay for his drugs?
His Social Security?
Yeah. Or does he do other jobs?
No, he don't do no other job. I'm telling you.
He does crack. That's his job. Does he do this around you?
Yeah, he sells it and he does it.
You've been around drugs being sold your whole life.
And I'm trying to get up out of that situation.
How are you trying to get out of that situation?
I don't know. I just need to...
You want to get out of it, or you're trying to get out of it?
I want to. I pray on getting out of it. I really do. But it's like every man come along, they end up selling drugs. Something related to drugs.
Why do you think that is?
Because I don't know why I attract it, but I don't know what is... I don't know why I attract men like that.
I presume you're asking them first thing, hey, listen, I don't even want to know your name. Are you selling? And they're saying no. I mean...
I don't know.
When you were a little girl, you're 12 years old, and you're thinking, what am I going to do when I get old? What are you thinking?
When I was 12 years old, I was thinking I always wanted to be a doctor. I made it all the way to the 12th grade. At least I graduated.
Yeah.
But I had a baby. The father went to jail. So I had to get a side job to support me and my baby and pay rent. So that went out the window. My baby was a crybaby, so when nobody hardly watch him. So I couldn't go back to school. And he still is a crybaby. And my life just been focused on my son. I just don't have free time. Because I don't want him to be, I grew up poor and I wouldn't want my kids to grow up poor. So I work for it, And it's hard to say, but I do work for it. Because I have Jordans and Namber clothes on his back.
He's wearing Jordans.
Yeah, he get every pair of Jordans come out.
Does he appreciate them?
Yeah, he appreciate them because he fight every day at school if somebody step on him. So I'm glad about that. My money ain't go down the drain, but at the same time, that's not right, though. I keep on telling him that. That's not right. Getting suspended over some shoes, it's not even worth it.
How are his grades?
He do good.
He does well.
Yeah, he does good. He don't get no F's. He got a D. He gets C's and B's. When he get a D, he'll tell me. I mean, he's not a bad child. It's just his mouth.
I have a 12-year-old son, too.
His mouth. It's just his mouth.
Yeah.
Thinking he grown already. And I ain't grown. And I said, if you want to be so grown, get up out my house. He gonna learn the hard way. But I would never put my baby out. I don't care if he's 30 years old.
So is this an empty threat?
Yeah, I just be threatening him. That's probably why he weak. Still getting smart.
So this will be your second child.
12 years later.
12 years later. Because you planned it. Because you're thinking...
I did not plan it.
Yeah, I said, one is not enough. I
no,
want another.
I only want one.
Can I ask you another question? So you find out that you're pregnant. Are you thinking at all of an abortion?
No, I don't believe in abortions.
Do you know of people who've had abortions?
Yeah, my friend had 9 of them.
9.
And she still turned out to have 3 kids.
She still turned out to have 3. When you say you don't believe in it, like spiritually,
yeah,
or
I just don't believe it.
Yeah.
If you knew the consequence when you was laying down, using unprotection, right or wrong.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't believe in it. You gotta accept the consequences that come up behind it. I cried. Yeah, I cried, but I still cry. Like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
What's your
Both
biggest...
my baby daddies is not shit. It's already hard in this world right now. I'm just making enough to live for 2 people. Now I got 3 people, so now I gotta find a better job.
I'm going to ask you a very frank question. I don't know you, so you can tell me to go to hell. What are you making per hour there?
I'm making 14 an hour.
When's the last time you had a raise? Or how long have you worked there?
I worked there for 3 years.
When's the last time you got a raise?
In October last year.
And you're working 12-hour days. Are you on your feet for 12 hours?
On my feet for 12 hours. Get 4 20-minute breaks. No, 3 20-minute break and 1 30-minute break.
So 3 years you've been here. Is this the longest job you've held, and is this the most money you've worked for?
Yeah, it's the longest job I held.
Have you had a job paying more?
No.
Do you have insurance for this baby?
I'm going to get insurance. I mean, I can add it on to my baby on our insurance plan.
You already have insurance there at work?
No, I have insurance. I pay insurance for me and my baby, life insurance. I don't got insurance on there because I get medical card from public aid and stuff.
From what?
From public aid.
Okay.
But I do have life insurance plan for me and my son.
Okay.
So I'm going to add it on this baby to that.
Gotcha.
So nobody got to worry about burying us. I should add on the dads to their shit too. They won't know.
Add him on?
Both of my baby daddies on.
Add those guys onto the insurance too.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah, you can add people as long as you know their social security number.
So it doesn't even have to be somebody you're actually married to. Are there ways to work the system?
Yeah. Plenty of ways to work the government. Like, keep working on the government because there ain't shit wrong with him. He's just getting free money every fucking month.
All right, let me ask you this question.
And he on Section 8, and he's on Section 8. No, he's in housing, and I can't even get Section 8. And I got a fucking child. That's
a public housing building?
Yeah, he got a daughter, but she stays in Danville. But he don't go see her. He don't go see her and stuff. He don't spend time with his child. So I don't think he'll spend time. I'm not making him spend time with my baby or nothing, but I would like my baby to get to know him. You know, but if he chooses to stay out of his or her life, then that's him.
Yeah.
He or her is still gonna get taken care of regardless. That's all on him. He got a daughter, a 2-year-old. We went to Danville for he sent her money, but not every month like he's supposed to, or go see her every time he's supposed to, because drugs taking over his body. I don't know. By the time I have my baby, I don't know. He said he's gonna stop doing it by the time my baby comes, but
he thinks he can just stop.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, you're out here. I walked up. You're sitting here, and as we were talking before I started recording, you're like, because ultimately you're out here because you're fighting with him, or you're tired of him.
No, I just don't want to inhale that drugs. And
So
get in
he's
my
doing it
system.
right now.
Yeah, I don't want to get it in my system or my baby system.
Okay.
That's all.
So I see at least 4 tattoos.
I got more than that.
Okay, so I see on your neck your son's name. What's
My
this
niece's
one?
name. Nevaeh.
Who?
Nevaeh, my niece.
Okay, this is your niece on your hand.
That's stars.
Any significance to that?
No, I just wanted some stars. He
What
messed
about,
them up.
what about this one?
That's my first baby daddy's nickname. And then you get that covered up.
You got to get this covered up.
Yeah.
Huggy.
Nickname.
That's his nickname. What other tattoo do you have that you feel comfortable telling me about?
This one's my niece, Asia. And
Asia.
I got both my feet done. My leg done, Gemini. On that leg, my zodiac sign. Then my other niece name right here, and then my goddaughter name right here.
Which one hurt the most?
The feet.
I bet. There's no meat there. It's just right on the bone.
And then my thighs.
Then your thighs. Did you actually go into a place
No,
to
my
have this
cousin
done?
does.
Did your cousin do all of these?
Yeah.
And cousin is a guy or girl?
Boy.
And you pay him?
No, he just did it for free.
All right. Nice.
And they have tattoo parties.
Tattoo parties? Where he'll just sit there and tattoo people for free?
Not for free.
Come on, you got to bring in like some beer or something.
Me, because he using my house
Okay.
to tattoo people. So yeah.
Does he give you a cut?
Yeah, he gonna give me a cut. Ain't nothing for free, but you can do my tattoo for free, but you still coming up that money.
How old is he?
He is 25, 26.
Does he do anything else or just he's a tattoo artist?
And he work at Chili's.
At Chili's. Is he like a cook or is he a server or manager? What does he do?
I don't know what he's doing. I just know
He's just working at Chili's. All right, let me ask you one final question. When people see you, what do you think they think?
I don't know what. I don't care what people think.
You don't care what people think.
Until they walk in my shoes, they'll understand. So I don't care what the fuck they think. I'm just being honest.
Did you ever care?
No. And will I start hearing no?
I need to be more like that.
You do?
Sure.
Wow.
Well, because I want to make. I'm concerned with how I look. I mean, I'm in a hotel over here, and it took me 20 minutes before I walked out here. I'd make sure everything looked right, and I'm being funny.
Oh.
But I need to be like that.
I don't care what people think of me.
Yeah.
Because I know what type of person I am. I'm not a mean person, you know. I've been through a lot. I don't judge people. I'm not a judgmental person.
So what did you think of me when I sat down then? Tell the
Cool
truth.
guy.
Really?
Yeah. Just want to have a conversation. You see, I say you taking pictures.
Yeah.
So I started the conversation, basically.
Were you afraid of me at all when I sat down here? 'Cause
Not
you're thinking,
afraid of
I can
nobody.
take this kid. Is that what you're thinking?
What?
That you like, I'll bust him in his head.
It would come down to it, but I'm not scared of nobody. Not scared of a soul, but God. Because everybody bleed the same way. You gotta go sometime. And if it's my time to go, it's my time to go.
Well, thank you for being courageous enough, even though you don't care what I think. I thank you for at least just being honest and letting me
Record.
tape this. Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So there you go. That is Mia. That was such an incredible conversation. My heart was racing a number of times as we talked, and it was just a really surreal moment to understand that just a couple 100 yards away, just across a parking lot in this large building, there was a guy, the father of her unborn child, who was smoking crack at that very moment. And as I left later to know that she's going to head back into that apartment, that's the world she is a part of. And then I don't even know what's going to happen when she gets back to Chicago. What's going to happen to her son? it's mind-blowing. And now, but that's for me, you know. I'm this guy, a white male from a relatively middle-class home in Ohio. The worlds of Mia and I are just a world apart. But be that as it may, she wasn't bothered by it. I wasn't bothered by it. We could sit down and have a really nice, fun conversation where I think that when we both walked away, neither of us felt any judgment toward the other. It was just like two people having a conversation, and it was just refreshing. It really was really great. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I hope that it maybe even inspires you to go out of your comfort zone and maybe strike up a conversation with, yes, a complete stranger. So a few things I'd love to ask from you this week, and that is this. One, I don't know how you found this podcast, but one thing I'd ask you to do, if you haven't done so already, go to iTunes. You can subscribe to Considering the Source right from there. Now, the reason that's really good is because the more people who are subscribing, it increases my numbers, and it means the more people on iTunes will maybe have this podcast recommended to them. Maybe advertisers will say, hey, Consider the Source, that's a big podcast. I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's a big podcast. Maybe we should do some advertising with Considering the Source. That could happen. That would be amazing. But if nothing else, when you subscribe, it automatically will download the newest episode onto your phone or mobile device. So when you're ready to listen to it, it's already there for you. If you don't want to do that, you could also consider going to our Facebook page. Just look for Considering the Source on Facebook and like us there. Even if you if you have a Facebook page, share or encourage your friends to like it. Again, the more people who are seeing this podcast, the more listeners, the more downloads. Right now, we are about 1,500 downloads just in this year alone. If we could get to 2,000 by the end of this year, it would just be amazing to me. That'd be an amazing accomplishment that I'd be just very, very proud of. You can always also tell your friends and family about it. If you hear a certain podcast that you think, wow, this person would really enjoy this, please go ahead and direct them to the site. Again, you can check us out on iTunes. You can also go to our website, www.consideringthesource.com. When you go there, you can see pictures of the people that we're interviewing, pictures of their life when they were young, when they're old, things they might talk about during the episode. So the site is a great place. And also from there, you're also able to download episodes. So we've given you a number of ways in which you can grab this content, whatever way works for you. My biggest request for you is that you please allow other people other than you know about this podcast. So enough groveling, enough begging, enough of that. Thank you again for listening. And remember, everyone has a story.